how can I know that when I have to take pause or when I have to focus on intonation or maybe emphasizing the important words? Because what happens.
So, Shravan, um, would you like to tell me where shall we begin with? What have you been working on so far with regards to
Okay.
your language learning? Is it grammar, fluency? You can tell me.
I think right now I don't know where I have to work right now because I am not able to judge myself because I think personally that I have to work on every field like pronunciation, grammar, vocabulary, on each parts I can say because first time I'm taking classes through Clapingo or any sources. In terms of taking online classes, I'm taking it for the first time. So I literally I want to wait for your feedback at the end of the class.
Okay. But I didn't quite get the answer that I was looking for. What should we practice today? Is what I was asking.
Okay, for the practice, actually, there is a class. I think the class is all about to talk about whether do you like to choose happiness or success. So this is the topic of the day. And if you really ask me that on which field right now I just want to work, then that is the fluency. And the other is just I want to work on my articulating my thoughts. Sometimes I'm not able to articulate the thoughts that I want to do actually. Sometimes because of lack of words, some other issues. So that are
Yes,
the areas that I want to work literally.
that's exactly what I wanted to know. It's the fluency part. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So the sentence formation and sentence structure, they are really good at par with the level that we are having right now. So
Hmm.
there's no grammatical mistake as such. Um, but since you mentioned you have to talk about the fluency portion, what I'd suggest works best to practice your fluency and check your fluency level is an extempore topic, an extempore speech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, if you want, you can write down the bullet points, main points about the topic so that you don't pause and you don't have to pause to think about the other things and conclude it as such. So,
Ma'am, sometimes what happens when we get any extracurricular topic? So sometimes, we need to have some time at least to think about, the bullet points as you mentioned.
yeah, which is
Because
why I said that no, the main intent of an extempore topic is so that we can check how quickly and fluently the learner can talk about it and how expressive
yes,
they are when it comes to thinking of the content, whether how creative they are, whether they are able to express it, articulate it in the relevant manner. So we usually do that at the spur of the moment. But if you want, I will
because
give you
sometimes,
some time to. Yeah,
please
if
go
you
ahead.
want, I would give you some time to note down the bullet points. If you're unfamiliar
Mhm.
with the topic, that is. So, shall we go ahead and do that extempore topic?
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Okay. So, which one is more comfortable for you? Happy versus successful, or best business small ideas? Best small business ideas.
I think happy versus successful. And on this topic, I want to do discussion.
Okay, I think you look prepared for that. I do think that you have
No,
thought
no, no,
about it.
no. Actually, no, no, no. I am not prepared. I actually have seen the topic for the day to day, so I feel
Okay.
I am able to talk about this.
Okay, sure, wonderful then. Um, can you talk about it for 4 minutes at a length, at stretch?
Okay, let's see.
Okay,
So I have to
go ahead.
talk about like the happiness. The topic was like either you choose happiness or successful. I mean the success, right?
Yeah, happy versus
Okay.
success.
Okay. So for me, I think I am not going to be with one topic, especially like whether I have to choose success or happiness. Because when we choose happiness, at the end of the day, we cannot feel happy just while chasing the happiness. It depends people to people, organization to organization. And because some people choose happiness, so I'm getting your voice back, ma'am.
Getting what? Voice?
I'm getting your voice sounds back. Now it is okay, fine.
It's okay, I'll mute myself.
Okay, yes. So, like many people goes after success. So, what happens when we go after success? So, with success, we may can feel happy, right? And when we are talking about happiness, like many of us run behind like happiness. So sometimes what happens, it's depend on the people, like which kind of happiness we are I mean we are running after, right? Some people are running after the materialistic thing, man. So we cannot feel, at the end of the day, we cannot feel happy just while purchasing materialistic things. And like some people feel like that, if we are if we are only running behind happiness, um, at one point of time you will realize that happiness is not the one thing that can survive your all your life, because success is very important. Because when we get success, with success we can somehow we can manage our happiness as well. Because if we are successful, if the tough moments will come in our life, we can handle that. If we are successful, we will be able to somehow handle that. But if we are only running behind happiness, maybe after a point of time we will feel, we will feel sad, we will feel depression and anxiety. So for me, I think success is important, yes. And if we are if we are I'm not able to articulate my thoughts as I want to do, because before the session I was able to articulate my thoughts well on this topic. I don't know why is it happening with me in the session, ma'am.
It's fine, it's fine. Go ahead. It's fine to fumble and be imperfect. Please, go ahead.
Yes. So as I said, ma'am, success is very important for me at this point of time. Right, I'm preparing for government examination. So for me, success is very important. At this point of time, maybe I can run to like purchasing electric gadgets, maybe something materialistic thing to feel happy, but it would be temporary. So if I'm just going for the success, if I'm getting success in my life, so definitely the happiness will come along with it, and I can ended up being happy once I got success. I think like that.
Okay. That was a wonderful conclusion to the speech that you gave. And it's
Not
also.
really. I want to do. I mean, I just didn't expect it. I mean, I'm not able to articulate my thoughts well as I want to do. I don't know why.
No, can you let me finish, please?
I said
Yeah.
that I am not. I mean, I am not able to explain the thoughts that I wanted to do. And it happens, ma'am. You know, before the sessions, when I do practice, like sometimes with me myself in the phone, or like keeping my recording on, at that very moment, I explain things very easily and even explain very good. Sometimes I use good vocabulary. Sentence formations at some extent is also really good. But when it comes to face any tutor and I speak in front of them, maybe I don't know what is, maybe the inferiority complex or something like that coming to mind, and we feel fumbling. Maybe we are trying to make a structure of sentence in such a way. Maybe we are planning, okay, I have to speak like that. And when we don't speak like that, our plans doesn't go like that. We started getting fumbling, making mistake like that. So why it
Yeah.
happens? Would you like to help me?
Okay. So, Shravan, I would request you to focus and like, can you bring more attention to the intonation of the speech? As in, when
Mm-hmm.
you're speaking, you're just only speaking continuously without pausing or intonation or even emphasizing anything. So,
Mm-hmm.
as such, that is, I mean, it's a wonderful thing to be able to talk continuously. But at the same time, you are not pausing when there is the end of the sentence, or nor where you are stretching the words where it's required.
Mm-hmm.
As in,
Yes.
let's say that there is a sentence that needs to be said a particular way, and if I keep saying it without taking a pause and then I just keep on rambling about it, and then so that's how it sounds.
Yes.
So in order to not end up talking like that, can you practice some intonation breaks so that you
Okay.
know where to pause, when to pause, how much to pause? There's also the stress that we have to put on certain words.
Mhm. So, ma'am, how can I know that when I have to take pause or when I have to focus on intonation or maybe emphasizing the important words? Because what happens when we are speaking on a topic, so we are completely focused on speaking part only. We are not getting, or maybe we are not getting attention on the things that is very important, like intonation, pause. It happens with me many a times that I want to take enough pauses while speaking because it really makes our speaking really, really good. But what happens when we get a topic to speak on? Literally it's going like in a flow, and that's how we are ended up making mistakes and blah blah blah.
Okay, we can't really say blah 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 here, but I do get it that you're trying to talk about um, the intonation, and I get that. We'll try to use more professional terms as of now.
Yes, yes,
So,
ma'am.
so on and so forth is a better word.
hmm I mean, right word at the right time doesn't come in my mind.
Yeah.
I am preparing for the government examinations. I am telling you the truth. And I am preparing with a lot of vocabulary, redundant phrases. And sometimes what happens when I want to use a new vocabulary, I don't know the context behind the word. And I think that's where the things got messed up. That I don't know the context of the meaning, like where I should use it. You know?
Okay. So
So
maybe you
that
can try by starting to speak a little slowly.
slowly. Can you give me a topic to speak slowly? I just want to try it on camera right
Any
now.
topic is fine. All you have to focus on is the rate of the speech. How,
Right.
what is the speed of your speech? That's what we want to look at. Like if you look at me, the way I am speaking, with appropriate pauses, I'm emphasizing the words, I'm stretching the words. There's a little stretch that you can notice in my sentence, and also this was the pause that I meant. So in that way, what ends up happening is the listener is keen to hear what you are saying, and the conversation is more of an active conversation.
Mhm. Okay, got it.
So um, we can continue with the same topic, but at the same time I want you to start by speaking slowly first, and then I'll give you a practice sentence that we'll just go through for the intonation purposes. I have it in the chat
Okay.
box. Yes. So, yeah.
I never said she stole my money.
Yeah. So, this is a really magical sentence, as we say that in English. Um, do you know when we stress certain words
hmm
in English, the meaning of the sentence changes. If
Yes,
I stress this sentence, we have 3 to 4 options of stressing any word that we want. If we emphasize money, then the meaning would change. If we emphasize she, then also the meaning would change. Okay,
yes,
so I'll try and you tell me how it sounds. I never said she stole my money versus I never said she stole my money. Can you tell me what's the
okay,
difference?
yes. The first difference is that you're talking about C especially, that he doesn't, I mean, stole your money.
It
And
wasn't
on the
her
second
that
part, you,
stole money. Yeah.
yes. And in the second sentences, you are, I mean, focusing too much on the money, I think,
Yeah, so that it means she didn't steal my money. She definitely stole something, but not money.
something,
So,
not money. Yes,
yeah, exactly. And when we emphasize I never said she stole my money. If you say it like that, then it would mean that it wasn't I who said that. Somebody else was it. I never said
somebody
she.
else.
Yeah, she
Yes,
definitely stole my money, but it wasn't I who said that.
yes.
That's the
I
power
think
of.
yes, ma'am. Emphasizing on the words totally change the meaning of the sentence.
That's what
Really,
I'm trying
I
to
mean,
teach you today.
oh
Intonations.
my God,
Yeah.
really great. I mean, I never ever, I mean, someone had told me like that, as you give example.
Okay, that's great. I mean, we should always be open to learn new things. So in that case, today is the intonation day. Okay.
Yes,
So
intonation.
now that you know where to pause, how to stretch the words, can you try
Mm-hmm.
emphasizing it, the sentence with I, and then with she, and then with money? Give me three sentences with the correct intonation.
Okay. Uh, First, I'm going to use I. Okay. I never said she stole my money.
Mm-hmm. Great.
And the second one is I never said she stole the money. And the third
Mm-hmm.
one is I never said she stole the money.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's great. Wonderful. You're a quick
Yes.
learner. So, would you like to continue with this intonation practice with regards to the conversation that we are already having about happiness versus success?
Anything, ma'am. Let's do. Let's talk about that.
Sure. So, okay. You mentioned that it's important to be successful, but it's also
Mhm,
important that we don't run after the materialistic things in life.
mhm.
So, where do you think happiness comes from? Is it an intrinsic thing or is it external?
I think happiness is totally intrinsic thing, because when we are looking for the outer side of the world, that if we are looking like any materialistic thing, okay, so we ended up being sad because at the end of the day, happiness totally comes from inside, what we feel at the end of the day, really. Because there is a quote I can recall it now that materialist, materialism is the beginning of spiritualism, right? So maybe we can buy a lot of things from the world, but at the end of the day, the spirituality is something that can really make makes us happy. Yes,
Okay, yeah, that was much better. Wonderful.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
We are nearing the end of our session. We have about 1 minute left. So,
Okay,
I would want you to keep practicing the speech in this manner with the appropriate pauses, stretching of the words, and you can even ask the next tutor when you come to Clapingo again. You can ask them, I want to practice intonations.
okay. This is the fifth season, and I think you are the person who really find that where I am literally making mistakes. Maybe this is the one thing that I should work upon. That the intonation and using the right words and taking pauses. That's really very very important for me today.
Pleased to hear that I was able to help you through that. So,
I'm
yeah,
looking for the another session with you.
sure, wonderful. It would be great to teach you, Shravan. Yes.
Okay,
Um, do fill up the feedback form. I'll do that for you as well. And have a wonderful day.
sure, man. Thank you very much for having me.